All right, folks. All right. Politics, elections, slinging a lot of shit. Everything's going on out there. Good morning. First of all, thank you for your support. We're rising up. We're making steady growth. I appreciate everybody that comes in and supports me and comments and views and subscribes. And go get yourself a cup of coffee, a lemonade, an orange juice, shot of whiskey. Take it easy. All right. Politics. There is the red wave that's coming, but good morning, Mr. Spataro. There has been a shift in the power. Pelosi's gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. The party's over. Your 40-year reign is over. So there's going to be a little shift. But the wave wasn't as big. Well, at least they got the majority of that. And there's three races that are uncalled right now. Georgia, Arizona, and I don't know, Nevada or something. But it seems like Arizona is always, or Nevada, Arizona, kind of shady with those voting machines. Florida counted millions of votes in an hour. And what's this matzo ball? Good morning, Mr. Swan. What's this Nevada, Arizona out there? They can't tie their shoes, and it's just like, The same thing that happened in Pennsylvania in the presidential race. That I mean, who has oversight over the vote counting? This is the year 2022. Voter fraud. How about this? Use a fingerprint. Use a fingerprint to identify for vote. This is the year 2022. They're doing this shit with a hammer and chisel. A hammer and chisel. A fingerprint will do just fine. Okay? But then all of a sudden, when the smoke clears and the election's a coin toss, there's 50 more boxes back there we didn't count yet. They have these elections set up in these traditional states primed to be infested with fraud. How many times does America have to see it? It's not right to the state citizens and the national citizens. Those are going to decide the majorities in the House and the Senate. So Georgia, the 30-day runoff, Herschel Walker and that other psychopath, I don't even know what his name is, straight up criminal. Georgia. Look who they're putting out there. But the one thing, now there's a trend moving on the Republican side. But if you're going to sit and analyze it, my good people, the Democratic base got millions and millions of dollars that they're throwing at the candidates, and they were hooting and hollering, doing the footwork months ago. They were putting that time and energy in and doing a lot of grassroots, getting in people's faces, trying to get votes. Rah, 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 with that psycho party. So, and the Republicans had a different approach that, I mean, whoever their strategist was, if they have one for the party, the Republican Party president or whoever it is, but with that being said, you can do as much energy and the results might be the same. It might not. So we could talk about, Monday morning quarterback and say, well, this and that. We don't know if that would have a direct correlation on the results. But what we do know is that the shift is happening. So numbnuts, Joe Biden is on the podium and they says when he does a press conference, you can't make this shit up, folks. When he does a press conference and he wants to take questions from the reporters, this is what happens. Well, I got my list here, boys and girls of America. I got my list here to take 10 questions. Is Charlie Brown here from the Associated Press? Yeah, and it's a question, and it's all staged. I mean, come on. And he also says, well, so then the reporter, one of them, threw a little jab and says, well, 75% of America thinks the company is headed in the wrong direction. Are you going to change any policy? Bold-faced, this clown says, no. What are you, a dictator, bro? What are you, a dictator? No. What does that mean? There's so many issues that need to be addressed. And he just cocky, and everything else that he is, he went, no. And I do plan to run in 2024. They're going to run him again in 2024? Well, guess what? There's 2 more years to 2024. You think our country's in a pile of shit right now? Joe Biden's got 2 more years to shit on it for 2 more years. So that's why when I say it, I get a little outlandish in my videos and everything. And that's why I say, maybe it's immature of me. But that's why I say, I hope prices go through the roof on those smart aleck Democrats. I hope everything so they get what they paid for. Yep, Trump 2024. So I hope that those smart asses and that voter base who are of a certain demographic and a lower financial demographic, I hope they take it real good. I want inflation to go to 12. Sorry. That's politics. And there's no excuse me in politics. But this clown leader stood right up there, bold-faced. And that was his response. Like a communistic dictator would reply to such a question. Sir, 75 to 85% of Americans they think that the country is headed in the wrong direction. Do you plan on changing anything in the future? Let me see. No. What? Oh, really? I hope gas. I was sick to my stomach. Gas went down 3 cents. Forgive me if people are struggling. Please forgive me. I'm not wealthy. But I'll get by. I'll be fine. And a loaf of bread costs $5 and a gallon of milk costs $7. Why I chose those prices, I don't know. I'm a little crazy, but I'm not stupid. All right. So but the 3 seats that are still outstanding and undecided. I can't talk this morning. I got a speech impediment. I don't do drugs or alcohol. Blah, 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 blah. All right, this is a serious political show. Behave. So then Donald Trump and DeSantis are supposed to be on the same team, and they went off and MF'd each other. What? I'll tell you. So everybody is going to, everybody's migrating to Florida. The waves of illegal immigrants coming through the border is insane. So Joe Biden does these press conferences, and somehow, one way or another, these very critical and important issues that are facing the United States of America, they're just not even spoken on or addressed. It would be the first thing a reporter should ask them. I got a list of 10 questions that, what? And he had 6 gaffes and bloopers on that. I don't know. But it blows my mind. It blows my mind. And it's an open border and tons of cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl. The drug cartels are having a field day. It's like, hey, well, it's that way. You know, go right in. You might they might throw a sandwich while you're entering the country illegally. They might even throw a sandwich down your throat by the time you get to El Paso, Texas, or something. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the country we're living in. And some people aren't affected and don't care. And that's fine. That's understandable. You get immersed in the news and each network and how they MF each other. And this network is for this party and this network is for that party. And then you just get engulfed in all of that. I am concerned because of America, for what America has stood for historically, it's just been dragged through shit. And are the citizens going to go out and vote to make some change? I don't know. New York City crime rate. Usually, year to year, when they do the statistics for the crime rates, historically, there might be a 3% increase in crime or no change. A standard deviation or a range of maybe 3, a decline or increase, maybe a 6% spread range. Crime rate went up 25% in New York City 1 year. No bail, no. That's why the Republican base and just thinking human beings left New York City. So whatever's left there is just the bottom underbelly of scum. Thank you, Uncle D. Good morning, my friend. So the thinking people, and most were Republicans, have left New York City. You can't get on the train, you can't get on the subway, or you can't be out. You're just getting randomly attacked. And there's no punishment for the criminals. That's our New York City. And what's going on now is that it's the Democrat, New York State, but Zeldin, a no-namer against that, I don't know, Halloween Hochul, made it a tight race. So it's just like, that was surprising that a no-namer could make it a close race against the female version of Como. Maybe that's a good sign for the future. But what has happened now, keep guarding, bro, Mr. Spataro. I'm jealous of that name. Don't be immature, Jojo. What's going on is now the United States populace and the people that were in these psycho states have migrated mostly to Florida. But what that has happened is it's weakened that Republican base in those said states. There's 1,000 people moving into Florida every day. 997 people are moving to Florida from other states, primarily Democratic states. That's fine and dandy for those people to live in a free state. But on the other hand, it's weakening that Republican base foundation in those states. But those states still held up fairly well. So what can we see from that? How can we sum that up? Is, well, there's a positive shift. There's a positive shift. And Senate and Congress, it's shifting. And there's 3 races that are still left, and we'll find out. You know, don't you wonder, my good friends, excuse me, this is the United States of America. When you vote, it's cast, they count them, boom, boom, boom. We want the results at midnight. We want the results at midnight. How come in this new day and age and era, there's something, technology should be advancing. But there's always this convenient problem in Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada, speech impediment. But what? People vote, and then, you know what? The mail-in votes and all this other stuff. You know what? Streamline that. Make it efficient. Because why? Why a cup of JoJo? Well, why, you knuckleheads? It opens the door for fraud. Go make science, technology, and you have the people canvass the voters, and if they're a senior and they have to mail in a ballot, well, no, you put your fingerprint into the scanner, and that'll provide all the information if you are a registered voter or not. Just a little old cup of JoJo can squash that and eliminate any room for fraud. And the runoff in Georgia, that's going to take till December 6th and everything else. I mean, geez. Now, Donald Trump dropped the ball because, well, he's going to, Ted Cruz and Donald Trump, for the next 30 days, they're going to be in Georgia trying to get Herschel Walker home. His opponent, that Walnuck or whatever, they scrolled the laundry list of his behavior and crimes and insanity for the last 30 years. But he's a Democrat, and the thinkers down there, well, you know what? Well, I don't know if Walker's trailing right now by a slim margin, 30,000 votes maybe. But CRUZ, DeSantis, Donald Trump are going to be there trying to get the Republicans out there to vote. So, yeah, that'd be a good Christmas present. Come on, Herschel Walker. The other guy's a complete scumbag, clown, criminal, laundry list of crimes. This is America that we live in. What more? You just wonder on Joe Blow, American citizen, on what his thinking apparatus and mechanism is. It's like, why did you vote for so-and-so? Based on what? What did you base your vote on? Yeah. Thanks, Uncle D. You wonder how people cast votes for criminals into office. You think America would be progressing, but all we are is an entertained nation, a gluttonous nation. The house is on fire, and you're over there looking at tits and ass and food and gambling and entertainment and everything else. Yeah, that sounds like me. But just, that's a bad analogy, but the Democrats are more out pushing a psycho. They created this psycho agenda, and they're more motivated, the Democrats, to get out there on the streets and spread. And people are like, yeah, hoo, until they're broke in the welfare line and the soup line 5 years from now, going, geez, I wonder what happened. Or are they even capable of that, attaining that reasoning? Just those are the Jerry Springer and Maury Povich. You are not the father. That's that demographic. All right, knuckleheads. I know I'm using extreme things here, but they turn it crazy, so I could throw a little crazy. But I'm speaking facts. I'm speaking facts here. Speaking facts. None of my Democratic friends want to have dialogue. Tom, name something, Tom, that Joe Biden has done that's positive. I'm not Democratic and I'm not Republican, my dear friends. I'm an American citizen. Donald Trump might have, because we're not psychic and we don't know for sure. But he doesn't have the money to throw around like the Democratic billionaires, the billionaires that want all the Democrats in office in every state, the billionaires that have all kinds of money for ad campaigns. Billionaires, not millionaires. Just like clown Obama and that billionaire from Chicago tried to get through millions of dollars at a Democratic candidate. And the Mexican lady, beautiful lady, very intelligent, she won. You know what her budget, her campaign budget was? A loaf of bread and a bologna sandwich against a billionaire. So they can sling a lot of money at ads and everything else. But in Florida, there's thinking people. Florida's a free state. And it's no wonder that it's Republican. Republican states are free. They have their freedoms and rights. Florida is what America is supposed to be. So Obama shows his ugly face. Yeah, get up there and yeah. Whatever. But maybe there's a shift. And Clown Hochul won by a narrow margin from a no-namer who had a budget of $50 going against a Democratic Party in New York State that gets all the union votes. Guaranteed 100% of the union votes because they get a raise in return. State jobs. So they pay for the votes. He just had no money at all, and he lost by 4 points. She's the female version of Como. By the way, I thought he was, what about all those skirts he got involved with? That just went right away? All them skirts, huh, Como? What about your brother grabbing school? Those are the evil scum that Democrats vote for. Not based on policy, just based on being a Democrat. We don't care what your policy is. You're a Democrat. You got my vote. That's why I want gas to go up. I want them people to starve and freeze during the winter. Yeah, I surely do. Forgive me, Jesus. I do a spiritual reading, a devotion at the end of the show. But, it also says don't throw pearls at swine, for they shall rise up and stampede against you. So that's pretty bold too, and that's in the Bible. So when people are casting their votes for the swine Democrats, be careful, because they'll rise up and stampede against you. Meaning, you can't pay your bills, you can't buy food, you can't have a good quality of life. That's biblical. So I get a little radical and extreme, but it is in the Bible. So cast your votes for the swine and then be broke. That's what I want to happen. Harness racing is just a complete farce. I was the biggest harness racing fan since I was 9. I'd rather take my money and burn it than to bet on Western New York harness racing. And I know a lot of people that are involved in it. Friends of mine. It is what it is. I might bet $2 on a race. My numbers, my pet numbers, and that's it. God bless them. I know some nice friends and everything, but so cast your votes and I don't know. Yeah, everybody's got a tip. What you hear? Did you hear anything in any races? Well, yeah, don't bet. That's what I heard. Don't bet. Don't bet. Go bet some lotto tickets. You got a better shot. So that's the political stuff that's going on. But it seems like the election process is historically slower in Nevada, Arizona, and it's just like, for what? It's the year 2022. There's not an efficient voting mechanism in place to get results. You vote during the day, they close at night. You should have the results at the latest by the next morning. So it's insane. They just want to have a window left open so they can find some ballots in the laundry room and say, oh, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, and it's going to be very, very interesting. And I just want see, they want Joe Biden wants to run in 2024, but I'm not really sure he'll have the Democratic Party approval, because he's still got 2 more years to shit on the country even more. So you think what he did in these past 2 years was insane. There's still 2 more years of Joe Biden, and then after that, the Democratic Party might say, we'll run him again. Are they that demented? You could put Charles Manson up against him, and Charles Manson would win. So, because they're not voting for the person Joe Biden, they're just voting Democrat. That's all. Well, how does that happen, Jojo? Where, well, no, they're just voting Democrat, not based on job performance. But the change and shift has started in the right direction to hopefully have Republicans that can get the country back in order. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. So that's that. I'm not going to do an hour long. We're not going to do that. November 10th. Thank you, Uncle D, and everything. Focus your entire being on my living presence. I am most assuredly with you, enveloping you in my love and peace. While you relax in my presence, I am molding your mind and cleansing your heart. I am recreating you into the one I designed you to be. As you move from the stillness into the activities of your day, do not relinquish your attention to me. Pay attention to God, If something troubles you, talk it over with me. If you get bored with what you are doing, fill the time with prayers and praise. Thank you, Jesus. When someone irritates you, don't let your thoughts linger on that person's faults. Gently nudge your mind back to me. Every moment is precious if you keep your focus on me. Any day could be a good day because my presence permeates all time. Excuse me. Thank you, folks. Amen, Uncle D. It's politics. And we're paying attention. It's that time in this country, but removed from politics, we have a life out there. And we want to be aware of things, whatever your spiritual temperature is, whatever you believe in or not, and stuff like that. It's all right. But be aware at least. And removed from politics, we're in relationship in many different ways: spouse, mother, father, child, brother, sister, uncle, aunt. Embrace those relationships. If there's some conflicts, solve those conflicts. And if you see somebody that needs help and you're capable of helping them, give them a helping hand. Give them a helping hand. And if you need help, we don't have to be macho men. Hey, John, you know what? I've been struggling with some things. My mind is all screwed up. Can you talk to me for a minute? That's a sign of strength. All right? So be the kings and queens of your world. Don't give up. It's not partly cloudy out there. It's partly sunny. So I appreciate all your support. Views are going up. Subscribers are going up. And I appreciate the people that come in here. Mr. Spataro, Leon, Uncle D. You guys keep me going. And we're going to just keep doing it. All right? And I've been tripped out on, I got to change this. This is my fort. This is my cave. It is what it is. I'm not going to whack my brain out. I'd have to improve some things, but This is it. I've gained good growth like this, and we're going to take it to wherever it goes. Thank you, folks. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Go buy my book, for crying out loud. I had a bad day gambling. I'll see you soon, folks. Thank you.